camera. This is a Prairie View City Councilman being tased during a confrontation with police.
It happened near Councilman Jonathan Miller's house last night. Alice Barr is live in Prairie View. Alice, how did this all happen?
So it started right out here in the street, just outside Councilman Miller's house. He has some friends in town right now visiting for homecoming. And those friends told us, they're fraternity brothers, that 3 of them came out to the end of the street here last night to start practicing a step routine. When police arrived, started asking them what they were doing and said that it looked suspicious. From there, things escalated quickly. One of Miller's friends shot the video that you saw showing Miller on his knees, arms by his sides. You hear an officer say, "Put your hands behind your back or we'll tase you," and then they do. Police say Miller was interfering with their investigation because he wouldn't stop talking to them. But Miller told us he was just trying to find out what was happening with his fraternity brothers outside his home. Police then turned their attention to Miller, and they say he resisted arrest and wrestled with an officer once they got down on the ground, right before he was tased. Miller just got home to his house here from the hospital, and here's what he and a friend both told us about the incident. Do you think at any point you did anything that could be seen as resisting arrest or anything that they're saying happened?
I don't feel so. Of course, you know, everybody has a side to this story, but I don't feel so. It went from me asking questions to me basically being put face down in the ground. You know, I'm curious to have a conversation with those officers. Right now, I'm just kind of tired, and I just want to get inside and kind of take a shower and kind of lick my wounds a little bit.
He got him on the ground so easily. He's only 130 pounds. So.
Did you see him push back or anything
No.
like that?
He literally grabbed him, slammed him on the ground.
Now, police tell us the officers were wearing body cameras, and they're reviewing that video and are going to be doing a press conference here very shortly. We're going to get you that information as soon as possible. The mayor also told us he takes this situation very seriously. He says he has seen the full body camera video, and he believes there was some wrestling on the ground. Now, you may have been able to see some blood on the back of Miller's shirt there. He was tased in the back, but again was treated and released from the hospital. Reporting live in Prairie View, Alice Barr, KHOU 11 News.
You're not doing like he's asking you to do. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands.
Tonight, we are getting a new look at the takedown of a Prairie View councilman. He was tased by officers for resisting arrest. Today, the police department released video from the officers' body cameras, and Alice Barr shows us how it went down.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Quit resisting and put your hands behind.
This was the view from Officer Goody's body camera right before Councilman Jonathan Miller was tased Thursday night.
Okay, he's going to have to tase you. You're not doing like you're supposed to.
Miller's friend shot this video where you see him on his knees with his arms at his sides, despite officers' orders.
Put your hands behind your back.
Here's how it started. Officer Goody was questioning 3 of Miller's fraternity brothers who'd come out of his house to practice a step routine for homecoming.
There's been drug activity, little girl. Hold on, let me finish. Little girls and little guys in the car doing whatever. So when we see this, we come and investigate it.
Councilman Miller comes out to ask what's happening to his friends.
They were at my house.
Okay, I don't know they're pulling up.
We good, bro. Okay, that's fine. I'm not trying to be combative or anything.
Okay, I'm not either.
Then a second officer, Officer Kelly, tells Miller to step away.
This is come on. Come on.
Officer,
Come on.
do not put your hands on me.
Go over here before you go to jail for interfering. Go.
Miller takes a few steps back and the officer follows.
Go back over there to the end, man. You always start in problems, so go back over there. I'm gonna tell you one more time to go back over there and get out of this scene before you go to jail for interfering.
I live here.
The officer tells Miller to back up several more times, and then...
I'm telling you one more time, man. Go over there before you go to jail. Turn around.
I'm not saying nothing.
Turn around.
Get your hands off me.
Turn around.
I'm not saying nothing.
Turn.
Bro, I'm not saying nothing.
Just do what he say do.
This part's unclear, but police say Officer Kelly and Miller both fell to the ground and started wrestling. Kelly's body cam falls off before he tases Miller. Miller spent the night in jail, charged with interfering with police and resisting arrest. We caught up with him the next day.
It went from me asking questions to me basically being put face down in the ground. You know, I'm curious to have a conversation with those officers.
Here's Miller's friend who shot the video.
I mean, usually I would think if you're tasing somebody, it's somebody that's running from the cops, somebody that's trying to, you know, inflict harm on somebody, not somebody that's on their knees with their hands by their side.
Prairie View police are investigating whether the officers did anything wrong, but Chief Larry Johnson says all citizens should remember this.
Comply with what the officers are asking to do. In that situation, officers were conducting an investigation. They asked that you step away from the scene and allow them to finish what they were doing out of safety for all concerned.
The two officers involved are not on leave right now, and the chief says that's because there was no deadly force used here, but that could change as the investigation continues. The mayor says that the councilman will be able to carry on city business as usual while his charges are pending. Alice Barr, KHOU 11 News.